Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Thunderstruck Super Late Model Series tonight. The Super Late Models will be taking on Richmond Raceway for 125 laps of racing action. I'm going to be an announcer for tonight, Atlee Atman. I'm excited to call all the racing action here tonight. With the final few races of the season coming up, we have a very, very tight race for the point standings lead between Michael Wombold and Josh Oswald. Only 15 points separate those two. Third in points right now is Mike Hasty. Fourth in points is Michael Swink. And fifth is Sam Wetstein. But the two drivers that we're mainly watching for this battle for the championship is Michael Wombold and Josh Oswald. Both of them participating in tonight's event. We'll see how both of them do. If one driver finishes a little bit ahead of the other, it could definitely affect our point standings. Last week we were at the Bull Ring, and we saw Alex McCollum lead from flag to flag and get his second win of the season. We saw Kyle Martinson finish second. Aaron Johnson took third. Josh Oswald ended up finishing fourth. And then Mike Hasty rounded out your top five. We saw 2 cautions for 9 caution laps. It was a fairly clean race, a lot of give and take. And hopefully we see a lot of the same thing here tonight at Richmond Raceway. We do have a big announcement involving our Intensity Broadcasting merchandise store. Make sure to check out the official Thunderstruck Super Series Racing shirt. Visit our website now and get yourself some gear to support Thunderstruck. And a portion of the league merchandise sales goes towards their broadcasting fees. So if you're interested in that, make sure to go visit our merchandise store at intensitybroadcasting.com. And once again, go pick yourself up a Thunderstruck, the official Thunderstruck Super Series Racing shirt. Right now in practice, we see Aaron Johnson is on the top of the board with a 20.44. 300ths behind him is Aaron Johnson. Third in points right now is Michael Wombold. Fourth is Sam Wetstein. Then round at your top 5 right now in practice, it is Michael Swink. So Aaron Johnson looking to try to get his second win of the season here tonight at Richmond. But definitely watch out for Josh Oswald and Michael Wombold as well. Now, we were actually at Richmond Raceway in another league last night in the SCSRA Xfinity Series, and we saw a lot of tight action, beating and banging, cars getting loose off the corners, and I'm kind of expecting to see a lot of the same here tonight in the Thunderstruck Super Late Model Series. A lot of cars getting loose off the corner. I've been kind of noticing a lot of drivers having trouble off of turn number 2 and 4, having their cars just get loose. So these drivers are going to have to be really careful with that wheel to make sure that the car doesn't break loose. The key here at Richmond is to not get back into the gas too hard, or you're going to see that car go around. Now, stars are always appreciated, and their value is doubled for us for the rest of the month. So it's definitely not required, but it is still greatly appreciated. So feel free to donate stars on Facebook, and it helps us a lot more because it is doubled this month. All right, it is now time for qualifying. Drivers will get 2 laps to try to set their best possible lap time. There we see Michael Wombold exiting the pits. There's Josh Oswald. There's Josh Call. All drivers getting ready to start their first qualifying lap. Here we go. Josh Cole starting his first qualifying lap. Let's see how he does here. There's Josh Oswald heading into turn 1, running all the way down on that yellow line. We see, oh no, Josh Cole gets loose off of turn number 2. That is going to hurt his lap time. Then we see Terry Bates heading onto the backstretch. Running about a groove above the yellow line. We see Josh Oswald to the top of the board with a 20.88. Terry Bates about a 10th behind with a 21.96. Third is Michael Swink. Fourth is Mike Hasty. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Michael Wombold. There we see Sam Wetstein to the top of the board with a 21.83. Then we see Josh Oswald. He bests that with a 21.65. Michael Wombold with a 21.71. Wombold's now a 10th off of Josh Oswald. We see Terry Bates has completed both of his lap times, so he's going to come to a stop. Sam Wetstein is going to improve on his second lap time and go to that third place spot. He has now a 21.72, but is still a little bit less, a 10th off of Josh Oswald. There we see Mike Steffen. Looks like he's sitting in the top 5 right now. William Griffith getting ready to complete his first lap time. There he goes through 3 and 4, running that yellow line. And Griffith gets to 11th with a 22.13. See, Matt Telder is able to get to 4th with a 21.74. Still, though, about a 10th off of Josh Oswald. There we see George Fernandez slowing down. He's completed both of his lap times. William Griffith on his second lap, he improves with a 21.90. So about 3/10 off of Josh Oswald, though. Griffith is going to be looking to work his way up to the field here during tonight's race. We see Aaron Johnson on his first lap in that 78 machine. So this is actually starting Aaron Johnson's first lap time. Not directly on the yellow line, but he is a little bit about a groove higher. Let's see how he does here in 3 and 4. Aaron Johnson to the top of the board with a 21.62. That's going to leave 300 separating him in second place. Josh Oswald, great lap time for that number 78 machine. And that should put him on the pole unless Shane Bedford or Gene Watkinson has a better lap time. We do have 15 cars in the field tonight, so we will not have a heat race. All drivers will advance to the feature. So there we go. I think everybody who is going to complete a lap time has completed a lap time. We're going to quickly look at our current race info. Right now it's 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 10% humidity, cloudy, 2 miles per hour wind speed. Track temperature is a little bit warmer at 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And we are in Richmond, Virginia at the 0.7 of a mile Richmond Raceway. I've been to this track many times in real life. Very, very nice facility. Always some great racing. And I think we should see some good racing here tonight. One of the coolest, one thing that you'll notice while racing at Richmond is there you see in a little banner right there, there's a Viking. I'm not sure why the Viking is there, but it's always been there at Richmond Raceway on that little banner behind the stand. So when the camera isn't scenic, you may notice it. And there we go. Qualifying is wrapping up. Aaron Johnson will be starting on the top of the board with a 21.51. And we are going to have another 2-minute warm-up, giving these drivers a little bit more practice time. And then we will be ready for the feature event. There we see everybody exiting the pits here. Just getting some practice time in. Now again tonight, for tonight's event, we will be watching that point standings, because including tonight, there's only 4 races left. So the race for the point standings is going to mean a lot here in the final 4 races. Only 15 points separating first and second in the points. That's Michael Wombold. He is first in points. He's got 1 win this season, 269 points. Second right now in points is Josh Oswald. He hasn't got a win this season, but he has 254 points. He's been a consistent top 5, top 3 finisher. So if Wombold has a bad race here tonight and Oswald gets a top 5 or top 3, that may put Oswald as your points leader. See, Chuck Johnson says, good job, number 78. For sure, Aaron Johnson definitely deserves a good job, as he will be starting on the pole here tonight. What a lap time, was a 10th faster than second place with a 21.51. Hopefully he can keep that lead for the rest of the race and win tonight's event. So looks like here in practice, Josh Cole is on the top of the board with a 21.67. Josh Cole always seems to be up there in the top 10, top 5. In fact, I'm going to say that Josh Cole is going to be, for tonight's event, my dark horse pick to win tonight's event. I mean, he always, like I said, he always seems to be there up in the top 10, top 5, and tonight just might be his night. So there we go. Our 2-minute warm-up is wrapping up. And here we go. We are now gridding for your feature event. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. With a 21.512 in the 78 Shock Eye 12 racing machine, it's Aaron Johnson. Running outside of him with Oswald Racing, it's the 17 of Josh Oswald. Third right now, it is Michael Wombold. Starting in P4, it's the Hoosier Motorsports machine of Sam Wetstein. In rounding out your top 5, we have Matt Telder. In 6th, from Canada in the 230, it's Tristan Ladouceur. In 7th, with Moneymakers Motorsports, it's the 72 of Mike Hasty. 8th, with Roca Nation, it's the 49 of George Fernandez. 9th is the 669 Moneymakers Motorsports machine of Mike Steffen. And then rounding out your top 10, we have the 51 of Michael Swink. In 11th, with Reaper Racing, it's the 12 of William Griffith. 12th is the 224 of Josh Cole. In 13th, we have the 8 of Terry Bates. 14th is Shane Bedford in the 82. And rounding out your top 15, it's the 111 of Mean Gene Watkinson. See, Laura Biddy Johnson says, way to go, Aaron Johnson. Aaron Johnson with a awesome qualifying lap of 21.512 was a 10th faster than second place Josh Oswald. He is definitely the favorite to win tonight's event. So there we go. We got the lap counter on the screen now. 125 laps is the distance for tonight's race. Question is, who will lead that final lap? Let's see what happens here. Again, Aaron Johnson starting on the bottom. Josh Oswald starting on the top. Also, watch out behind them. We see Michael Wombold and Sam Wetstein. Both of them have looked fast in practice and qualifying. Definitely watch out for those two as well. Pace car is in. And green flag is out here at Richmond Raceway. There we see Aaron Johnson taking off, and he is able to get clear of Josh Oswald. So we are now side by second between Michael Wombold and Josh Oswald. But we see Wombold is able to get clear now. Wombold trying to reel in Aaron Johnson for that first place spot. We see we are side by side for fourth between Sam Wetstein and Matt Telder. We see they're pretty much equal as we come off of turn number 4. And looks like Telder is able to get clear now. Josh Oswald trying to reel in Michael Wombold for that second place spot. Oswald started in second, but we see some cars getting into each other and a cars around. But I don't know if that will bring out a caution. Looks like George Fernandez was the one that crashed. Looks like no caution flag will come out. So we now continue to watch this battle for that second place spot between Michael Wombold and Josh Oswald. Oswald continue to look high, look low, just trying to set up that pass. The key here is maybe just trying to diamond those corners to get better runoff. Except for we see Oswald's just trying to take it to the low side of the 181. Aaron Johnson last time by ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 21.57. Once again, Aaron Johnson definitely the favorite to win tonight's event. We see now Wombold trying to extend his gap over Josh Oswald. Oswald trying to look low now under the 181 as we head into turns 1 and 2. There we go, getting a good run on that bottom. Here he is to the rear quarter panel. Oswald trying to set up a pass here through turns 1 and 2. And we are side by side between Oswald and Wombold as we head off of turn number 2. We see Wombold is able to get back clear, but still definitely watch out for that 17 machine. We see Matt Telder also joining the party as well. Definitely watch out for that 2 car. We continue to watch Josh Oswald try to set up that pass on the 181 machine. And there we go. We are side by side for that second place spot. We see Josh Oswald has the nose over Michael Wombold. And Wombold into the outside wall. That is going to slow him down and give Josh Oswald that second place spot now. We are side by side for third now between Matt Telder. And we see some cars wrecked on the backstretch. And no! One of those cars looks like your leader, Aaron Johnson. I do not know what happened to your leader. We're taking a look at what happened here to Aaron Johnson. He was coming up on lap traffic. Gene Watkinson. We see Watkinson a little bit slower than Aaron Johnson. Johnson's coming up on him fast. And then we see Johnson takes a look to the low side of that 111 machine. And it looks like Johnson may have came up a little bit there, making some contact with Watkinson. Definitely unfortunate there for Aaron Johnson, who was running up front before that incident happened. So now this will give the lead to Josh Oswald. And we now take our look to third place right now. We have a battle between Mike Hasty and the 19 of Mike Steffen. Be aware that it says that Steffen is the 669 on the ticker, but he is the 19 on track. Let's see what Steffen tries to do here to get by that 72 machine. Steffen taking a look to the bottom of that 72. He gets a good run off of turn number 2. We see Steffen to the rear quarter panel of the 72. They are side by side through turns 1 and 2. Steffen is right there, and they are equal coming off of turn number 4 and onto the front stretch. We see they continue to remain side by side coming off of turn number 2. We saw Hasty got a little bit loose there off of turn number 2. That should give the momentum to Stefan. And it looks like he is able to get clear Mike Stefan to the third place spot now. But we see Mike Hasty is holding his own on the outside. Looks like he comes back on that outside. We are still side by side for third. The two almost get into each other there. We see Hasty with the nose. And he gets clear. Mike Hasty now to that third place spot. And the battle is on for fourth between Michael Wombold and Mike Stefan. Wombold is able to get clear. And now Michael Wombold trying to reel in Mike Hasty for that third place spot. Wombold trying to take it to the low side under that 72 machine. Let's see if the 181 can do it. There we go. We see the 181 taking it all the way down to that yellow line, trying to get a good run and get under that 72 machine. And there we see Wombold taking it to the rear quarter panel of the 72 as we head into turns 3 and 4. We see Hasty comes up the track a little bit, giving the bottom to the 181, but he can't get there. We see Mike Stefan is joining the party as well. Watch out for that 19. And oh no, we see contact. Mike Hasty, Michael Wombold, both of them around. And that is going to bring out our first caution of tonight's event. It's time for the Wreckage Replay. All right, here's a look at what happened. So it looks like Hasty got into the outside wall a little bit. And then he comes down the track into the 181 machine. We see the Hasty's full on around. Then we see Wombold goes around and the momentum throws him to the right, straight in front of Mike Stefan. Stefan has nowhere to go except for right into that 181 machine. Man, that is definitely unfortunate there for both of them. Both of them were having great races, so we see a lot of drivers coming into the pits, getting that damage fixed. One thing that has not changed, though, is Josh Oswald is still your leader in that 17 machine. Here's a look at your current top 5. Josh Oswald is in first. Matt Telder still in second. We see Mike Stefan up to third now. William Griffith is in fourth. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Terry Bates. Make sure to once again check out the official Thunderstruck Super Series Racing shirt. Visit our website now and get yourself some gear to help support Thunderstruck. A portion of league merchandise sales goes towards their broadcasting fees. So once again, make sure to go get the official Thunderstruck Super Series Racing shirt. I've checked it out. It looks absolutely fly. And I definitely go and recommend going and picking it up. IntensityBroadcasting.com is where you got to go to pick it up. The link to the product is actually in the chat on Facebook. So make sure to go and check it out. Click on the link. So we are getting ready to go back green here. Josh Oswald restarting on the bottom. Matt Telder restarting on the top. pace car is in. Green flag is back out, and there we see Josh Oswald taking off. He is able to get clear of Matt Telder, but Telder not letting that 17 get away. I think we might see Telder try to set up a pass here through turns 1 and 2. Telder heading into 1 and 2 was running about a groove higher than the 17. Gets a great run off of turn number 2, and we are side by side for first between Josh Oswald and Matt Telder. We see Oswald with a little bit of a nose heading off of turn number 4. And he gets clear of Matt Telder. We see Telder now taking it to the high side, going above that 17 machine. We see William Griffith is there as well. See what Matt Telder tries to do here. Telder under a lot of pressure. He's not only trying to pass that 17 machine, but he's also trying to hold off William Griffith. See, Telder, it looks like he's trying to diamond the corner so he can get better run off. Definitely like that strategy from the 2 machine. The question is, will it work? See, Telder continues to head up to that high side. Back down to the yellow line now. So right now, you could throw a blanket over the top 3, all 3 drivers running very, very close to each other. And we see Mike Steffen is trying to reel them in. Matt Telder just still trying to find any way possible to get by that 17 machine, but we see Oswald is starting to extend that gap a little bit. See Mike Steffen trying to reel in William Griffith for that 3rd place spot. Steffen running that yellow line, trying to get a good run on the bottom and get under the 12. Right now, the field's starting to get a little bit spread out. Josh Oswald now with a 4/10 lead over 2nd place Matt Telder. Oswald looking to try to get his first win in the season. Oswald has finished 2nd and 3rd many times, but hasn't been able to pick up the victory. It might change here tonight. Steffen still trying to set up that pass on the 12 machine of William Griffith. We see Griffith doing a good job running that defensive line and doing his best to hold off the 19. We saw Steffen got a big run off of turn number 4, carrying that momentum onto the front stretch. I think we might see Mike try to set up a pass here for turns 1 and 2. Doesn't look like he is able to. So William Griffith still will stay in that 3rd place spot. Steffen able to get another good run into turn number 3. Griffith trying his best to extend that gap over Mike Steffen, and he is able to. Got a battle for 8th beginning to brew between Terry Bates and Sam Wettstein. Wettstein taking a look to the bottom under Bates as we head into turns 1 and 2. We see Wettstein around the rear quarter panel of that 8 machine. And there we go. We see the 98 taking it to the bottom. But once again, Terry Bates shuts the door. Look back here at the battle for 3rd between William Griffith and Mike Steffen. William Griffith still is able to hold off Mike Steffen for that 3rd place spot. Doing to take a look quickly. Oh, we saw Mike Steffen got a good run there into turns 1 and 2. Starting to reel Griffith in. Got another good run off of turn number 2. Getting a good run on the backstretch. Maybe trying to set up a pass here through turns 3 and 4. And there we go. We see Steffen is able to get to the rear quarter panel in that 12 machine side by side between those two. Steffen with the nose, and he is able to get clear now. Mike Steffen to the third place spot, but William Griffith not letting him get away. Griffith might try to get that third place spot back here in turns 3 and 4. See Griffith to the high side now, looking low. Mike Steffen starting to extend that gap a little bit. Right now, we see Steffen running about 0.3 faster than William Griffith. Still Griffith keeping up with the 19 machine. So here we go. We saw William Griffith got a good run off of turn number 4. Trying to take it to the bottom under that 19 machine. You see the 19 was running at about that first white line. And that probably allowed Griffith to give an even bigger run on that 19 machine. Griffith trying to diamond those corners. And uh-oh, watch out. Aaron Johnson has caught your 4th place driver of William Griffith. Watch out for that 78 machine. So not only is William Griffith having to get by that 19, but he's also going to have to hold off that 78. William Griffith right now having 2 tough tasks to deal with. And there we see Johnson. He is able to get almost to the rear quarter panel of that 12 machine. Aaron Johnson getting right there. It's like Mike Steffen is starting to extend his gap a little bit over 4th place William Griffith. Whose Griffith is kind of held up at the moment between him and Aaron Johnson. But still, watch out for that 12 machine. As he's trying to get by the 19 for that 3rd place spot. We saw William Griffith got a good run there off of turn number 4, trying to set up a pass for turns 1 and 2, trying to get under that 19 machine. See what that 12 tries to do here, getting another good run off of turn number 2. Taking a shot down low, can't quite get to the rear quarter panel, but William Griffith all over the back bumper of that 19 machine. And there we go. We see Griffith taking a look down low under the 19 as we head into turns 1 and 2. We see Griffith with the nose through 1 and 2. We see Aaron Johnson is going to try to follow that 12 machine behind him. And there we go. We see William Griffith is able to get clear into that 3rd place spot now. So we are side by side for 4th between Aaron Johnson and Mike Steffen. We see Johnson has the nose, and we see some contact. That is going to send Steffen up the track. And We are now single file for your current top 5. Here's a look at our current top 5. We see Josh Oswald is currently sitting in first. Matt Telder is in second. William Griffith is in third. Aaron Johnson not too far behind in fourth. And then rounding out your top 5, it is now Mike Steffen. See, Laura Biddy Johnson says, let's go Aaron Johnson. Get that win. And right now, looks like, look at that. Aaron Johnson is able to get to the third place spot. He gets by William Griffith. And now Aaron Johnson will be setting his sights on your second place driver, Matt Telder. I definitely think Aaron Johnson has a chance to win tonight's event. He just needs to work his way up to the field, pass those final 2 cars, and get up there. He's got to be smooth, he's got to be consistent, and he's got to save those tires, though, if he wants to get up there to the front. William Griffith not letting Aaron Johnson get away for that third place spot. We continue to watch this battle for third. Aaron Johnson is actually starting to extend that gap a little bit. We do have a battle for the 9th place spot beginning to brew between Tristan Ladouceur and Michael Swink. We'll continue to watch that, see how it progresses. Mike Steffen trying to take a look down low under William Griffith for that 4th place spot. Steffen and Griffith have been going at it for quite some time now. Steffen getting a good run off of turn number 4, maybe trying to set up a pass for turns 1 and 2. Can't quite. See Steffen getting a good run on that yellow line to the backstretch now. Ooh, we saw William Griffith tag the wall a little bit. That may slow him down a little bit. So this should give Mike Steffen a little bit of momentum to get by that 12 machine. We see Steffen getting right up to the back bumper of that 12. Trying to do something here. Steffen getting all the way down on that yellow line. Trying to get a good run. Steffen to around the rear quarter panel of that 12 machine. To the door now. And they are side by side now for that 4th place spot. We see Griffith with a little bit of a nose, but there we see Steffen coming back on the bottom. Mike Steffen with the nose now. Here we go. He has the nose. There he goes. He is clear. We see Mike Steffen to the 4th place spot now. Philip Manzo says, let's go number 17, Josh Oswald, in number 111, Gene Watkinson. Right now, Josh Oswald is your current leader. He has a 4/10 lead over 2nd place Matt Telder after we saw Aaron Johnson get into an incident with a lap car. Oswald has led the rest of the race so far, looking to try to get his first win of the season. Gene Watkinson got into an incident in the early stages of tonight's event. He has manually disconnected and is out of tonight's event. Right now, we are actually going to turn up the volume, and you can see the sights and hear the sounds of the racetrack. Here we go. And as you saw there, while we were doing Pump Up the Intensity, there has been an incident. So we're going to do a wreckage replay to see exactly what happened there. All right, here is a look at what happened. So we see coming off of turn number 2, Hasty getting into the outside wall a little bit. That's going to slow him down. Michael Wombold has nowhere to go. He clips the rear end of that 72, sending him back into the outside wall. And then he comes down off the outside wall into William Griffith. And this is going to create just a big incident. We actually see a lot of our field coming into the pits. I believe these drivers weren't going to be able to make it on fuel. So we do see drivers coming to just to top off on fuel. We did see 2 drivers, however, stay out. That's Sam Wetstein and Tristan Ladouceur. Interesting move there for those 2. We'll see if it pays off. I think we may actually do a in-race interview. Let's pull in your current 8th place driver, William Griffith. Let's see what he has to say about tonight's event. Hey, William, this is Atlee in the Intensity Broadcasting booth. Do you have a copy?
Hey, I got you, Atlee.
Awesome. Well, so far you've had a great race run in the top 10 for a lot of tonight's event. We did see you running up there in the top 3, running with Mike and Aaron, and unfortunately we did see you got into that most recent incident. You came in, topped off on fuel, and now we see you back out in that 8th place spot. What's going to be your goal to try to work your way back up to the field?
Just keep the car in one piece. I think I can get back up there. I just gotta be a little smoother.
Now, so was it the reason why y'all came in? Was it just because y'all weren't going to be able to make it on fuel?
Yeah, we were short. I was short about 25 laps, so I'm not sure what the other guys were.
Got you. Well, good luck on this next restart, William. We'll see what we can do.
All right, appreciate it, Atlee.
Yep, no problem. Good luck. There you go. That's William Griffith. He's going to be restarting in that 8th place spot here. And we are getting ready to go back green. Sam Wetstein restarting on the bottom. Tristan Ladouceur restarting on the top. Pace car is in. And green flag is back out. There we see Sam Wetstein taking off. He's able to get clear of Tristan Ladouceur. But we see side by side between Tristan and Aaron Johnson. We head into turns 1 and 2. We see Johnson with the nose heading off of turn number 2. Not quite clear yet. We see Ladouceur holding his own on that outside lane. And almost clear. There you go. Aaron Johnson is clear now. Aaron Johnson to that 2nd place spot. Now we're going to see Johnson try to reel in your 1st place driver, Sam Wetstein. Johnson running on that yellow line, heading up to the wall now. Running on the bottom, heads back out to the wall, trying to take a look down low. And there we go, he takes a look down low as we head into turns 1 and 2, side by side between Johnson and Wetstein. Heading off of turn number 2, we see Johnson with the nose. And there we go. He is able to get clear. Aaron Johnson now to that 1st place spot. But right behind him is that 2 machine of Matt Telder. Definitely watch out for him. See if we might see him trying to make a move on that 78 machine. We have currently hit 75 laps completed. Let's go ahead and take a look at your current top 5. Aaron Johnson is in 1st. Matt Telder is in 2nd right now in that 3rd place spot. We have Sam Wetstein. 4th is Michael Wombold, and right by him in 5th is Mike Hasty. We see right now Michael Wombold trying to reel in Sam Wetstein for that third place spot. Let's see what that 181 Roundy Energy machine tries to do here. Right now we see Wetstein holding his own in the top 3. But still, watch out for the 181. Oh, we saw a car get loose and into the inside wall. That looked to be Mike Steffen, but I do not think a caution will come out. We see Michael Wombold getting a good run there off of turn number 4, trying to set up that pass for turns 1 and 2. We see right behind Michael Wombold is the 72 of Mike Hasty. You could throw a blanket over 3rd through 5th right now. Some tight racing going on. Looks like Wetstein was able to extend the gap a little bit over that 181 machine. We are side by side for 4th now between Michael Wombold and Mike Hasty. I've seen that these two have been battling for a lot of tonight's event. Right now we see Aaron Johnson. He has a 7/10 lead over 2nd place Matt Telder. Aaron Johnson was your original leader, but he got to an incident with Gene Watkinson early on in tonight's event. Fell to the back of the pack and has had to work his way up. Luckily, that caution flag came out for him. He was able to come in, top off on fuel, and he was one of the first drivers off of pit road. Now you see him sitting in that 1st place spot. So we were doing Pump Up the Intensity, and we got interrupted by a caution, so we're going to try it again. Here's Pump Up the Intensity. You'll get to see the sights and hear the sounds of the racetrack. Here we go. That is going to do it for Pump Up the Intensity. Hopefully you enjoyed us turning up the volume. We take a look back to our racing action right now. Aaron Johnson currently sitting with a 7/10 lead over 2nd place driver Matt Telder. Like I mentioned before, Aaron Johnson was your original leader, and then he got into an incident with a lap car that sent him to the rear of the field, but he's been able to make his way back up to 1st place now, and he's looking to try to hold on to it for the rest of tonight's race. We do still have a battle between Sam Wetstein and Michael Wombold. Let's see if Wombold can reel in that 98 machine here. And then right behind Wombold is the 72 of Mike Hasty. We see Hasty able to get to the rear quarter panel of that 181 machine, but he has to fall back in line behind the 181. Michael Wombold trying to reel back in Sam Wetstein for that third place spot. Wombold trying to take a look to the high side, or looks like he's trying to diamond those corners to get better run off to get under that 98 machine. He gets a good run here in 1 and 2, getting right up to the back bumper of that 98 machine. We see Wombold taking a look down low under that 98 as we head into turns 3 and 4. And there we go. We see Michael Wombold is able to get clear into that third position now. Side by side for fourth between Mike Hasty and Sam Wetstein. Looks like Wetstein gets into the outside wall. That's going to give that fourth place spot now to Hasty. And now the battle begins for that third place spot between Michael Wombold and Mike Hasty. Oh no! Mike Hasty getting into the outside wall. Oh no, big wreck. And there we go, the caution flag now comes out. This could change everything. All right, here's a look at what happened. All right, here's a look at what happened here. There we see Mike Hasty coming off of turn number 4, gets into the outside wall a little bit, and we see both right side tires get into the air. And then gets a little bit loose, and after that, I mean, there's no saving it. Bam, into the outside wall again. Makes some contact with Sam Wetstein. Into the outside wall again, continuing to just put a ton of damage on that 72. Man, definitely unfortunate there for Mike Hasty. While we were watching all that unfold, it looks like Matt Telder was able to get by that 78 machine of Aaron Johnson. I do want to quickly look at, here's your current top 5. See Matt Telder sitting that first place spot. Aaron Johnson now has fallen to second. Michael Wombold is in third. Josh Oswald to fourth now. And then rounding out your top 5 is Sam Wetstein. Right now, we continue to watch this battle for the point standings lead between Michael Wombold and Josh Oswald. If both of them finish where they're at right now, third and fourth, respectively, between those two, both of them finish where they're at, it really won't change the point standings too much for first and second. Wombold will still be your points leader, and Oswald will still be your points runner-up. Oswald needs something really bad to happen to Michael Wombold for him to even have a chance to get up there to that point standings lead. Of course, there will be 3 other races as well for Oswald to try to get ahead of Michael Wombold. But with only 3 races left, it's going to be really, really close for the 17 of Oswald to get this season's championship. The final 3 races remaining are Langley, Lanier, and North Wilkesboro. So we'll see how it goes for some of our drivers. But we're getting, see a lot of drivers going down to the bottom, going down to the apron, saving some fuel for the end of the race. And I know already the drivers were going to be short on fuel. think we are getting ready to go back green here. There we go. Lights on the pace car are off. We are getting ready to go back green here. Matt Telder restarting on the bottom. Aaron Johnson restarting on the top. Behind them, watch out for Michael Wombold and Josh Oswald. Pace car is in. And green flag is back out here at Richmond. We are side by side for second between Michael Wombold and Aaron Johnson. And looks like Wombold is able to get clear. There is a car loose on the outside. Looks like he was able to save it. That was William Griffith. Great save there for that 12 machine right now. We are side by side for second. And he is able to get clear. Aaron Johnson now to that second place spot. Johnson now setting his sights on your leader, Matt Telder. And we see Johnson getting a big run here into turns 1 and 2. See what Aaron Johnson tries to do. Philip Manzo says, let's go number 17, Josh Oswald. Send it. Right now, Oswald is sitting in that 4th place spot, not too far behind your top 3. Oswald definitely has a chance to win tonight's event. Let's see what that 17 can do. And oh no, we see a car is around. That's Matt Telder. And we're going to take a look here at the Wreckage Replay. I know Telder was leading. What in the world happened to him? We will take a look here. So we see Aaron Johnson. He was right behind that 2 machine. And then we see Aaron Johnson. He took a shot down low under the 2 car, heading into turns 1 and 2. And rewind it here. It looks like Telder comes down a little bit. I think originally Telder thought he was going to be clear of Johnson heading into the turn, so he turned it down to go to the bottom. But Johnson got a big run. He sent it into the corner, and they two made contact. That sent Telder around. Definitely unfortunate for Matt Telder, who was having a great race, but now Aaron Johnson is in that 1st place spot. Michael Wombold to 2nd. Josh Oswald to 3rd. Remember to go and check out the official Thunderstruck Super Series racing shirt. Visit our website now and get yourself some gear to help support Thunderstruck. A portion of league merchandise sales goes toward their broadcasting fees. If you're interested in picking up the official Thunderstruck Super Series racing shirt, make sure to go visit our merchandise store at intensitybroadcasting.com. Link is in the description. And make sure to go to the Thunderstruck collection. So right now, we're going to have a bit of a shootout to end tonight's event. Here's a look at your current top 5. Aaron Johnson is in 1st. Michael Wombold 2nd. Aaron Johnson 3rd. Right now, sitting in 4th, it's Sam Wetstein. And then rounding out your top 5 is George Fernandez. George Fernandez, one of our biggest movers of tonight's event. He's gained 3 spots since the green flag drop was originally started in 8th, and he's worked his way up to the top 5. Definitely watch out for that 49 machine. We will not see 2 in a row for a driver here tonight. Or I guess it would be 3 in a row because Alex McCollum, he won last week at the Bull Ring. He is not present in tonight's event, so we can't see 3 in a row. If Aaron Johnson wins, though, this will be his 2nd win of the season. Same thing if Wombold wins. But Oswald and Sam Letstein, both of them are looking to try to get their 1st win of the season. Lights on the pace car are off. We're getting ready to go back green here. Aaron Johnson restarting on the bottom and Michael Wombold restarting on the top. Behind them we have Josh Oswald and Sam Letstein. Pace car is now in. And green flag is back out here at Richmond Raceway. We see Michael Wombold getting a good start, trying to get a good run on Aaron Johnson as we head into turns 1 and 2. We see Wombold getting a good run off of turn number 2, just trying to set up that pass on the 78. George Fernandez getting passed by William Griffith. Griffith getting the good run on that outside. And oh no, looks like the floodgates are opening for that 49, losing position after position after position. We now got a battle for 2nd beginning to brew between Josh Oswald and Michael Wombold. And look at that. Aaron Johnson has just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 21.46. That's faster than what Johnson ran in qualifying. What a lap time for that 78 machine. We do have a... Oh, no! We see some cars around. Cars getting on the apron. Looks like luckily everybody was able to save it. That looked to be William Griffith and Tristan Ladusor. See William Griffith trying to get by Michael Swink for that 7th place spot. He does. Josh Oswald trying to reel in Michael Wombold for that 2nd place spot. Let's see what Oswald tries to do here. Oswald, can he get a good run on that 181 machine? Josh Oswald trying to get his 1st win of the season. First, he has to get to 2nd place, though, and looks like Wombold is extending that gap. We see Tristan, or excuse me, that's Michael Swink trying to reel in William Griffith for that 7th place spot. Let's see what Swink tries to do here. William Griffith starting to reel in George Fernandez for that 6th place spot. See Griffith trying to take it to the bottom as we head into turns 1 and 2. And we are side by side, and oh, saw a little bit of contact between Swink and Ladusor. There we see now side by side between Swink and George Fernandez heading off of turn number 4. Oh. So right now we see Aaron Johnson sitting with a 3/10 lead over 2nd place Michael Wombold. Less than 10 laps to go. Can Johnson hold Wombold out for these final 8 laps? Aaron Johnson has led majority of the laps here tonight. Did get a little bit to an incident early on and lost the lead for a little bit, but he's gotten it back and has led this final portion of tonight's event. But will Michael Wombold be able to reel him in? We will see here in the coming laps. And remember, right behind them, we see Josh Oswald. If Aaron Johnson or Michael Wombold wins, that will be their second wins of the season for both them. But Josh Oswald, he's hoping to get a win way more because that will be Oswald's first win of the season. And it'll also definitely help him in the point standings where Oswald sits in second. Five laps to go now. Michael Wombold is really going to need to find something here to get by Aaron Johnson. He's got 5 laps to make a pass here. Here's a look at the cockpit cam from Michael Wombold's perspective. We see Wombold getting a good run off of turn number 4, trying to set up a pass on Johnson as we head into turns 1 and 2. Definitely right there on the back bumper of the 78. Wombold maybe trying to save something for the last lap. Almost got into the back bumper of that 78 there. Trey Johnson says, let's go, Aaron, keep digging. Got a tight battle for the lead between Aaron Johnson and Michael Wombold. What is going to happen here? Wombold takes a look to the high side, now down low, into the back bumper of Aaron Johnson. Aaron Johnson is around into the outside wall. Caution, flag is out. What a crazy turn of events there. Big battle for the lead results in a car going around. All right, here's a look at what happened. We see Wombold was getting a big run on Aaron Johnson, heading into turns 3 and 4. Ooh, just gets into his back bumper a little bit. Maybe a little bit too hot into the corner. Was just trying to give him the bump and run. And that just sends Johnson straight into the outside wall. Gosh, definitely unfortunate there for Johnson, who was running in the lead for the last portion of the race. And it looks like this race is going to end under caution. Final lap is out. Wombold is in the lead. It looks like see, Laura Biddy Johnson very, very upset in the Facebook chat after we saw Aaron Johnson go around there. Looks like Johnson is going to end up finishing 9th, and the win will go to Michael Wombold. This is Michael Wombold's second win of the season. And oh, we see contact between Aaron Johnson and Michael Wombold after the race. Johnson comes up and gives Wombold a little tap, letting him know, hey, I'm not happy for what you did. Tempers flaring after the race, and Wombold is just going to manually disconnect, not even going to do a victory lap. Or, excuse me, a burnout. Well, that is going to do it for the race portion of tonight's event. Now it's time for the driver interview. Starting off, we're going to pull in your third place finisher. It's the 98 Hoosier Motorsports machine of Sam Wettstein. Here we go. Sam, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Hey, Atlee. Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. Well, what a race for you tonight. Got the top 3 here after starting in 4th. I know we saw you running in the top 5 for a lot of this race, battling with others and at one point, you were running in that first place spot after you stayed out of the pits, and you eventually ended up losing the spots, but still you stayed up in the top 5. Just was really consistent, really smooth, made some smart moves, saved those tires. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Well, we knew we were going to have to stop for fuel. I had planned on stopping earlier, but me and Mike Hasty got together, had a little damage. Decided to come in and get it fixed there around lap 21. Took a full tank of fuel and figured I was going to take that all the way to the end. Dropped me back a little bit, but 7th, 8th was just running back there, being comfortable because I knew everybody else had to pit. And it was just the luck of the draw to take the lead there when everybody pit. Held on to it for a couple of laps. Knew those guys behind me were faster. So instead of risking a wreck, I just kind of let them go and settled into wherever I could. Got a little lucky there at the end and brought home that top 3. So it was a fun night.
Now, Richmond, I know, can be very, very brutal on the tires. I mean, how are the tires feeling there at the end?
Very, very, very worn. It was, I was backing up my corners quite a bit there at the end. I was down to 51% on my right front, and I do believe other guys were saying they were in the 40s. So backed up the corners, a little bit more brake, get through the corner smooth, and get some really good off-corner speed was the ticket tonight to keeping that spot.
Gotcha. Well, before we let you go, Sam, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Shout out to my son, Zach, my wife for letting me do this. Josh Oswald putting on a great league. You for doing a great broadcast. I love it. I love watching it the next morning while I'm on my way to work. And all of our great sponsors here, which I know there's a list somewhere, and I'm sure Josh will get to them, and I'll apologize if they're not there. Kai Shepard, a big shout out to him. He's overseas now. On deployment, and but he's going to jump in with us every once in a while, let us know how he's doing. So if he's watching the broadcast, hi Kai, and that's about it.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight, Sam. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
Yep, thank you. All right, let's pull in now your second place finisher, Josh Oswald. Josh, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you, bud. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good up here in the booth, and looks like you were doing pretty good out there on the track. A bit of a roller coaster race for you. You started in the top 2, and you were eventually able to work your way there up to the lead after we saw Johnson got into an incident. But eventually we saw Johnson was able to get back by you after the pit stops, and you weren't really quite able to work your way back up to the lead, but still we saw you battling there at the end with Wombold and Telder and Wetstein, and you ended up coming out in that runner-up position. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Car was great. Felt good. It was fast. Pit stop, something happened to put a little more fuel in than I had anticipated. I had my fuel set, and I'm not sure what changed, but it was put a little too much in. I spent too much time on pit road and put myself behind the 8 ball. But able to fight back and get back up to the front. Wish we would have won, but second place is all right.
What do you think you maybe could have done differently to maybe have gotten that win?
I think if I could have just maintained on pit road, taken the right amount of fuel, and got back out in front of everyone, because the top 3 we were kind of equal. Lap times, we were all kind of staying in a group together. So I think could have restarted out front like I was and held my line. I think it would have been a lot better of an outcome, but it is what it is.
Now, before we let you go, Josh, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
I'd like to thank all the Thunderstruck admins and all the drivers that show up each week. I'd like to thank you for taking care of the broadcast for us. We all really appreciate it. Big Frig Coolers. Shout out to Magic Mike and the Hitman, and all my friends and family that watch at home and cheer me on.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the runner-up here. Finish tonight, Josh. Have a great rest of your night.
You too, man.
Yep, thank you. And now it's time to pull in your winner from Nazareth. It's the 181 of Michael Wombold. Michael, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Atlee.
Awesome. Well, what a race for you. I know you started in that third place spot and you were running in the top 3 for a lot of the race. You battled with a lot of different people. You were battling with Telder, and we saw you're battling with a lot of others on track there. You're running around that 5th position, and then we saw there at the end you're able to work your way up into the top 3, and on that last restart you were sitting in 2nd, running behind Johnson for a little bit, and then with about 4 laps to go, we saw you got into the back of Johnson a little bit with the bump and run move. That sent him around. That put you in that first place spot, and you ended up getting the victory here tonight as the race ended under caution. What was your take on tonight's event, Michael?
Well, first of all, if it matters any, Aaron, I'm sorry. Definitely didn't mean to wreck you like that. Definitely, I didn't even mean to get into you. On lap 29, I just went back and watched replay. You did the same exact thing to me in the same exact corner. I don't know if it's our tires had more grip or what, but I didn't go spinning. I definitely wasn't trying to do that to you. And later on in the race, you said if anyone blocks me, I'm just going to send them. I want you to know that right now. And the same rules applied. I went high, you blocked high, I dove low, and then you checked up right in front of me. I didn't have time to react. Definitely didn't mean to do it. But yeah, I was just saving tires pretty much the entire race. Got it hasty at the wall. I got into the back of them and hit the wall or something. I don't remember exactly. It was a crazy race. I didn't do donuts or anything. I'm not proud of this. I almost took the EOL at the end there, just, but definitely not proud of it or anything, but it wasn't intentional, so there's nothing I can do about it.
Now, you are the current points leader, and you're adding another win to your resume. With only 3 races left in the season, do you think you have the point?
Not a shot. Not a shot. I definitely don't have it. I definitely made an enemy tonight, at least one. I know another guy wasn't too happy with me, even though it wasn't my fault there. This was definitely my fault. Did I mean it, though? No. But no, I don't think I have a shot to win.
I got you. Well, before we let you go, Michael, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
I want to give a shout-out to Miles the Duck. It is his 2nd birthday today. So, happy birthday, Miles. His daughter isn't doing too well. She's really sick. So, I hope you're feeling better. And thank you. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Atlee. If anyone's watching, cheer me on. I doubt it. Not many people like me on here. Hello. And yeah, the only races I win in tour mods and late models back to back. So my 2nd win here, and I got my 2nd win last night in the mods too. So I don't know. Maybe I'm only good at certain tracks. I suck everywhere though. That's all.
I got you. Well, again, congratulations on the win tonight, Michael. And everybody at the Intensity Broadcasting team would like to wish Miles the Duck a happy 2nd birthday.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Have a great rest of your night.
You too.
Yep, thank you. All right, well, that is going to do it for tonight's event. We do see Brent Burgess's tough race, and it was some tough racing, especially there at the end with the bump and run for the lead between Michael Wombold and Aaron Johnson. Wombold, once again, got his 2nd win of the season. So one more time, congratulations to Michael Wombold. I want to thank everyone who tuned in to watch the broadcast tonight. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach our goals of 2,500 followers and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Check out our Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. We're always dropping polls and interacting with our viewers on there. In fact, we just dropped a poll today, so make sure to go respond to it. And also, make sure to check out our merchandise store, IntensityBroadcasting.com. We've got shirts, hats, mugs, mouse pads, stickers, posters with our logos on them and some of our Amazing League's logos on them as well. And make sure to go and check out our newly released official Thunderstruck Super Series racing shirt. I'm Atlee Atman on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Over and out.